Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's very special Wednesday Words with me, Victoria Reynoldson, Communication and Culture Coach. And this week is particularly special because I am celebrating the business's 7th birthday, the 7th business birthday of Perfect Cuppa. And my goodness, what a 7 years it's been. I mean, really, there's been so much that's happened in this time, from the early beginnings of working very locally, face-to-face here in London, the UK, to now really working with clients all over the world virtually. And I mean, there's been so much development in the business, particularly in the last few years through the pandemic and beyond. And I just love that the way that the business has developed in new and unexpected ways, which continues to make it really interesting and exciting to see where we go next in the next 7 years and completely beyond. So, I really want to take a moment today to say a big thank you. So a big thank you to everybody who, whether you're watching my videos, you're listening to my audio content, reading the blogs or the emails that I send out, or we're having conversations and interacting via social media, or you're in my broader network. I just want to say, a huge thank you to you, because all that's, your support means a lot to me, and clearly it helps me in my business. So, very, very grateful to you. And, also, I'm really grateful to all my clients, the people that I've worked with over the years. Again, hundreds of people that I've been able to help through my coaching, individual coaching and team training programs. And, it's been such a joy and pleasure to work with so many different people. And this really matters to me because, of course, people is really what it's all about in my business. Communication doesn't happen if there aren't other people to communicate with. So, people are the driver and the focus of my business. And, I am very grateful to have some really great people that I work with and that I can collaborate and connect and partner with. So thank you for your support. Now, as it's my 7th birthday, I'm going to do 2 really kind of fun things. The first thing, which I'm going to share with you in a minute, is 7 fun facts about Perfect Cuppa to celebrate the 7th business birthday. But also, I just want to mention that I'm going to run a special competition for my birthday, which is I'm going to give away a 1-hour power hour with me on any topic of communication you would like. And so if you would like to have a chance to win this power hour on communication, then please just message me and I will enter you into the prize draw to have a chance to win that. So let's get to the fun facts about Perfect Cuppa. So number 1, why is it called Perfect Cuppa? This is a question I get asked all the time. Well, very simply, I love tea. Cuppa is a name in British English for a cup of tea. And clearly over a cup of tea, we have conversations. So it's something that's quite important to my business. I think as well that the British drink tea in a particular way with milk in it. So it is a bit different from the rest of the world. And clearly that is something which is part of my business as well, understanding culture. So, those 2 ideas are the reason why it's called Perfect Cuppa. Number 2 is that I actually, this is my 2nd career. So if you haven't followed me for very long, you may not know, but I started life in marketing. I worked in some very large international organizations, and I changed careers 9 years ago. A couple of reasons. I think I was looking for a new challenge, some more flexibility and freedom with young family, but also I was really interested in the idea of something I called the communication gap. So what I noticed is that in international organizations, people communicate virtually across borders. And, sometimes people aren't always confident enough to express their views, even if they appear to be fluent in English. So for me, that got me really interested in this idea of how can I help people bridge the communication gap and help them support their performance and their career goals with their communication. So that's my fun fact number 2. Fact number 3 is that I never thought I would set up my own business. It was a real interesting move for me. It was quite challenging. I'd always been very much in large corporate life. However, I absolutely adore entrepreneurship and I love running my own business. And it really is great for me to express my ideas, my creativity, and my strengths. So I love the ability to really do things my way and have my own ways of working. So that was a bit of a surprise to come into running my own business. Number 4, I'm very grateful that I get to travel the world virtually almost every single day, whether that's through the conversations I have via social media, through the networks that I'm part of, but clearly in terms of my clients, I have worked with clients from well over 40 countries, so 40 nationalities, and that really is quite special. Clearly, I'm the person who's working with these people because I'm helping with coaching and training in communication and culture, but it's also very rich for me. I get a lot back, and that makes it very, very important because that means I can learn and grow as well. So I do love this very rich intercultural exchange that I have, which is a core part of how I work. Number 5, what are my highlights from the last year? Well, just to mention a few, again, if you haven't been following me long, you may not know, but I like to stand, particularly for videos, events, and meeting clients. So this has been a new move in the last 6 months, and I absolutely love standing. So I do that about 70 to 80% of my time working. And other highlights include launching Wednesday Words in video and audio and blog, which has been a very exciting move for me. I also developed last year my new coaching program, 9 Steps to Communication Confidence, which was a new step for me and has had some really fantastic feedback. So I'm really pleased about that. And of course, one of my key highlights are people. So the people that I meet, the people that I work with, and the clients that I support. Okay, number 6, the most popular topics that I talk about. Well, I had a look back through all the topics that I've done, and I had a particular look also more recently what's been popular. So here are the most popular topics. We had how to disagree well. That was interesting. That was definitely a popular topic. What do the British mean by sorry? So what does sorry mean in British English? And the other topic was how to open your emails well. So that was quite, those are the kind of key highlights, the key topics. And then finally, number 7, what is my favorite quote? So this comes from F. Scott Fitzgerald. And I love this quote because I think it says a lot about my own philosophy for life and also what I wish for my clients and the people that I work with. So I'm just going to read it. It says, it's never too late to become who you want to be. So it's never too late to become who you want to be. And that's just, fantastic. For me, it's absolutely core to who I am. I'm always learning, always growing, always developing the business myself. And I really want this as well for the people that I work with and my clients, that they're always continuing to develop and to achieve their performance and career goals. So there you have it, 7 fun facts on Perfect Cuppa, on the business for the 7th birthday of Perfect Cuppa. Thank you so much for joining me for these fun facts today for Wednesday Words. And, I really appreciate, once again, all your support in whatever form that we've met or connected or that you're following me. I do really appreciate it. And don't forget about the competition that I mentioned. So if you would like to have a chance to win the 1-hour power hour on communication with me, then please message me and I'll enter you into the prize draw to have a chance to win. Thank you so much. I'm Victoria Reynoldson, communication and culture coach, and I'll see you next time on Wednesday Words.